Welcome to Learning Bites, short job bites of information you get to apply immediately. We're looking at communication this month, and one of the questions that follows on from last week's one around how do you communicate, and the fact that communication is the understanding between two or more people, is the fact that people say to me, well, how do I ensure I'm understood? So a couple of key factors that are critical for this. First of all, it needs to be safe inside your organization, both as a culture and as a person, for people to say, actually, I don't understand. Actually, please could you repeat that? If it is not safe, people will just nod their heads and do what they need to do to avoid getting into trouble. So ensure that your organization is safe for people to go, I don't understand. The next thing is, when we communicate with people, we want to make sure that they do understand. And if you're not 100% convinced within yourself that somebody does actually understand, one of the best tips I was ever given is to ask people to repeat back to you, but to take ownership for being clear with communication. So what I like to say to people is, to ensure that I have communicated correctly, to ensure that I have communicated clearly, could you please tell me what you heard me say and or what you're about to go and do now as a result of what I've just said to you or asked you to do? People will then repeat that back to you, and quite often, particularly when I very first started using this technique, I discovered that actually I can be quite lousy at communicating. I tend to be very big picture and a little bit fluffy. And so I've learned to check in with people and make sure that I'm being clear and specific in what I am asking. It is something I'm constantly needing to work on, and this ability to check in to make sure I am understood helps to create a really good cohesion within the team. So when we come to communicating, please make sure that you take ownership for the message that's being delivered, and that you do it in a way that you do not get defensive if people go, actually, no, I don't understand you. Separate your identity from your ability to communicate, so that if somebody challenges the message you've given, you don't take it as a personal attack. You're able to go, actually, I need to change to make sure I am understood. When you can do that, the communication starts to flow a lot more freely, the feedback becomes a lot quicker, the speed of feedback equals the speed of your success, the clarity of your communication will drive you forward as a team and as an organization. Put it into practice and here's to your success. If any of this resonated with you and you'd like some help with it, do feel free to get in touch. Drop me an email at mike@thinkright.co.nz or 0272 987 523 or our website www.thinkright.co.nz.